right, it is 7 o'clock here. We got an hour and a half until the market opens Central Standard Time. And I'm just going to be looking over the overall market and a few different stocks that I've been looking at to see if there's going to be any opportunities. But let's jump right into it here. On the MNQ, we have had a overnight fall down to about 29,750. If we take a look at the bigger picture here on the 1 hour time frame, we saw that previously this was the high, a previous high. We broke that finally on the 24th of May. We come up, trade sideways a little bit, come back down to that area about that 29,750, bounced off, made another all-time high, and then overnight we did bounce off of that 29,750. So if we see a break from here, if we see a break below 29,750, higher probability we're going to be seeing lower lows, right? So I don't know how far this market can go. I mean, we could make a move back down to 28,750. That's 1,000 points, but it probably won't be in one day. It might take a couple of days to get down there, but we know that it is support. But once support gets broken, that's going to turn into resistance. So it breaks, we maybe come back up, and then we come back down, especially on the long term play. If you are trading like SQQQ or something like that on the stock side, then you can maybe look for a move like that on MNQ or SQQQ if you want to short in the equity side. A play to the upside. So a play to the upside. If we come back, I actually do want to take this trade if it comes into fruition here. I want to see it come back up to 30,120. We previously had an all-time high here. We had resistance here, and we finally broke. Came back down, resistance, and then coming back down. So if this market does want to shoot up to 30,120. I do want to see a rejection of that 30,120 and then see if I can go short there. Now, if we break and close above that 120, we could see maybe all-time highs. But with geopolitical aspects growing once again, there has been new strikes on Iran, and Iran is, I think, planning on retaliating on U.S. bases. I'm looking for a short today. That's all I'm gonna say. So let's look at some stocks here. So MU right now traded yesterday. Let's go back down to the 5-minute. Traded yesterday inside of its range, lower on its range here, closed on its lows, and then right now we're at 916. So MU and a lot of these stocks that I'm gonna be looking at are tech stocks. So a lot of the times they're gonna follow what the Nasdaq does or the MNQ. So we might see more downside for these tech stocks. DELL is actually still pretty strong, up at 319, creating another all-time highs here pre-market for DELL. DELL doesn't really care about those geopolitical tensions still rising. Tesla got up to 445 yesterday, and trading within its range. It's actually right now at 435, so a little bit lower, about $10 lower than yesterday's high. Looks like 446 to 450 was previous resistance here. So we had a nice uptrend on Tesla. We might now be seeing a move back to the downside. I do want to see a move back down to 400 to actually go long on Tesla. So if we can make a move down to 400 on Tesla, I will be waiting there to purchase. NVDA still on this downtrend here. Unfortunately, we might be seeing a little bit more, even more downside to NVIDIA. But yeah, ever since it made all previous highs, all-time highs previously after earnings, we have had a move from 236 all the way down to currently 210. But again, I will be waiting for a move back down to 195, maybe 200. I might start loading up a little bit at 200 and then 195, seeing if we can make a move bounce back to the upside. It might take a couple of days, maybe a week or so, but that's completely fine. I'm fine with that. We'll just wait for it to hit the price targets that I'm looking at, and we can go load up the boat there and then see if we can break this downtrend to the upside. Last one I'm going to be looking at here is Intel. Intel is trading an overall bigger range here. So we traded, the all-time highs was about 133, and then we made a bounce off of 103, so around the 100 level. Yesterday traded pretty well in its range here, made a high of about 125 and a low of 117.50, and right now we're sitting at 118.95, so about 119. Seeing if this stock can get back up to around 125 to 130, so I can get probably out of my position there, or I might be in it for the a longer swing trade. But if we do get about above 125, I will be exiting my position, currently at 123 with about 150 shares. So we'll see if we can get 125 on Intel and get out of that position, just because the overall market is going to be a little bit weaker, and I don't want to be holding bags of at 125. So yeah, let's just take a quick look at Hood here. So Hood 75.50. Hood has been trading sideways since about the 18th of May here. High of that is about 76.75. The low of it is about $73. So there's a $3 gap there. $3 might be a good buy there at 73. So that's all I have. If you like pre-market analysis on any stocks or the overall market, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.